Hello neighbor, this is Curt with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at the Inno Gear Case 720 Rooftop Cargo Box, and we're going to see how it works with our 2025 Jeep Wagoneer. So when you're heading out on one of those trips and you've got a lot of gear and cargo to take with you, and even though the Wagoneer is a pretty large vehicle, you may have it loaded up with passengers, and you may have some items that you just don't want riding in the vehicle with you. That is where a rooftop cargo box is going to come in really handy. It's going to offer an enclosed, lockable space. It's going to be really pretty much weather resistant as far as rain and things like that goes. And it's going to hold a decent capacity and be able to keep everything organized up there in the roof for you. So let's take a look at how it fits on the Wagoneer. So the way that we have our box up here is we've got flush rails on the Wagoneer, which means that the mounting points for our roof rack are fixed. We can't move these any further or closer or reposition them. This is where your roof rack is going to live. So we position the box to be right in the middle of the two bars. We also positioned it to be a little bit closer over here to our driver's side. Now we can of course mount it in the middle, but when we have crossbars like this with enough overhang, we can move it more toward the side and leave more bar space for perhaps another rooftop accessory on the other side of it. The gear case only opens from one side though, so if you were to position this on the passenger side, you would need to turn it completely around so that the opening would face the other way. But where we have it positioned right here, I think where they have the crossbars is perfect, because they positioned it so that right here in the door threshold is where the center of your box is. So if I come up, and they are lockable as I said, so I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. And again, being able to be right here inside the door threshold to give me a step up is going to be great, because I can get in and out of my box without having to carry an extra ladder or anything like that, and be able to reach right in and be able to reach the other side of it. If I position this in the middle of the roof, as big as the Wagoneer is, unless I was a much taller person, I'd have a tough time reaching my cargo inside of here. Now, one of the accessories that I always recommend with any real rooftop accessory, but specifically a cargo box, and especially on a vehicle as big as the Wagoneer, is the Moki doorstep. The Moki doorstep is a really simple device. This hook flips out. It's going to give us a stable platform with a 350-pound weight capacity in order to get up and get a little further height than what my door threshold would allow. It's just going to hook right into my door latch right there and give me that platform to be able to get up and just get that extra leverage and reach that I might need to tie down or secure anything on my load. So the gear case is going to be held to your crossbars using 4 clamps here. They have these tracks that you can slide back and forth, so I can position this box to be further up on the vehicle or even further back. However, as I mentioned before, I positioned it right in the middle because I want to have that easy access from the door threshold when I'm getting in and out of here. They clasp down really easily. They can be adjusted to your specific crossbar, tightened and loosened through this wheel here. And it's kind of a set it and forget it type of thing. Once you have your crossbar dimensions kind of in there, you'll be able to put these on and clamp them down without any issue. You're also going to get some tie-down straps with the gear case, and each of our clamps comes with a loop here that we can use to run those tie-downs through and keep our gear completely secured. Now from the inside here, one of the things that I really like to mention is the shape of the gear case. It doesn't have a really sharp nose or end here, and what that means is that as far as the maximum length that we get out of the gear case, we're going to be able to use it pretty much across the entire case rather than having to keep longer things in the middle here. And it is important to keep in mind too weight capacity. So the gear case has a 110-pound weight capacity. It weighs 33 pounds by itself, so fully loaded, this will be 143 pounds on your crossbars, so always double check your weight capacities, make sure that the crossbars that you're using can handle that amount of weight, and make sure that to double check your owner's manual and make sure the roof can handle that kind of weight. Whatever has the lowest capacity, that's going to be your max, and you'll have to stay underneath that. But with all that being said, I think this offers a lot of room, and being flat like this is going to be a really popular one for anybody that wants to travel with skis or snowboards. Because of that flat end on each end, we can get those longer things in here without any issue, like I said. And it's big enough that, you know, some of the smaller or more standard size golf bags can fit up here, but you could throw your tents and sleeping bags and all that kind of thing, any kind of gear that you're taking with you that maybe at the end of the trip has a bit of smell to it, which we've all experienced in camping trips. All of those things that could travel up here and not in the vehicle with the rest of the passengers. And when it's time to close it up, it just latches closed very simply, just like that. We do have individual latches on each end here, and we've got our keys to get it nice and locked up. Now, the cool thing about these keys too is that unless this latch is properly engaged with our key in there, it's not going to come out. So it has that added feature of ensuring that everything is latched and locked properly before you get back on the road. And that's a look at the Inno Gear Case 720 Roof Box on our 2025 Jeep Wagoneer. And I think it would be an excellent choice for you if you're looking for a rooftop cargo box like this. Aesthetically speaking, it's not a very sleek box. It doesn't look great on every SUV out there, but I do think that on the Wagoneer, it's very appropriate. It looks really, really good with it. And it is going to be able to carry that extra gear to get you to your next destination and keep everybody inside the vehicle comfortable. But if you've got any questions about it, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. We would love to answer those questions for you. It'll only help you and other neighbors just like you to make the best decision for yourself. Once again, this is Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.